Look back on that. She's probably like 61 when they shot it.
Well, then you had Saved by the Bell Tori Spelling, and she was like a nerd, and that was always like fetishy. It'd be fun to have like a hot girl with, glasses and a Band-Aid or whatever nerds wear.
Yeah, they really went all archetypes on that show. It was biker, nerd, cheerleader,
black,
turtle. Yeah. Then you had the Hispanic guy with the wife beater on, and the blonde white guy, then the nerdy curly-haired Jew.
Oh, didn't they just try to cancel Slater?
Yeah, he did a trans thing.
Oh yeah, he said kids shouldn't be trans or something.
Shouldn't be fucking trans people, whatever it was. But he had to apologize. That came up in the Bill Maher thing.
Right, that's where I heard it. Yeah, Saved by the Bell was real wacky. I think we already talked about this, but Zach was like the star of the baseball team, the basketball team.
Yeah,
he was like an actor. He was in a band.
Right. There's no blacks in this school apparently. He was the head of everything. Wrestling coach. He was fucking Mr. Belding. He was everywhere.
And there was a separate season for his senior year, so a lot of that he was like a sophomore.
Right.
Like he was the point guard.
Yeah.
And playing Zack Attack as a junior. Come on.
Well, maybe if you're playing basketball and you got the timeout power, you can just steal the ball. That's why he was so good at every sport.
Good point. But do you only get a limited timeout? Is there a 20-second timeout, a full timeout?
That's all you need is a 20-second. But do you run out like a real game?
That's what I'm saying.
I see. You can use them all.
Right. And then he calls an extra timeout, and they're like, "That's a technical foul, Chris Webber style." And then he's, whatever.
Sure. Yeah, those timeouts, he really didn't utilize those. I mean, you could get a finger in, you could pinch a nip, you could take a shirt off, take a photo, put the shirt back on.
Now, Kapowski and Screech removed because they're too obvious. Which character are you fucking if you had to fuck one? Or got to fuck one, I should say.
Well, you took Screech out, so I guess I'd go Miss Bliss.
Well, good morning, good evening, and good night. I mean, you had Turtle, I thought was pretty hot in her day.
Yeah, she was a good-looking tortoise.
And I remember feeling pretty progressive as a kid.
Right.
Because, I mean, I was growing up in Boston. I had uncles and,
Yeah, it's amazing. She never had a touch of black culture. There was no, like ebonics or anything or hip-hop lingo.
Good point, yeah.
Usually they throw a little like even Oprah, who's Oprah, nice talk show lady, fluctuating with fatness, but every now and then she'd be like, "No child," and all the white women go, "Woo!"
No child left behind. But I mean, I think I'm racking my brain. There's not even a moment, and they didn't even do a thing where they were like, "Well, you guys don't get it."
What do you mean?
Like there wasn't even a very special episode where they were talking. They're like, "Come on, Lisa, just whatever." And she was like, "You don't know what it's like to be me."
That's
in fact,
true.
She was quite privileged. She was like the rich.
She was the rich with the credit cards and the cool outfits and the rich parents.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. They always have the serious episode. I guess the serious one was the No-Dos. I'm so excited.
Well, there was a few because then there was the drinking and driving toga party. She crashed her mother's car.
Uh-huh.
Or somebody crashed the car. But they all had to lie and stuff. That was a Tori Spelling episode.
Oh, is that right?
It was a big toga party, and then they were listening to Louie Louie, I think, and
CK.